the rebels, they are fighting with each other. Then the drug cartels, they are fighting with each other. There is violence. There is the innocent people are dying there. Displacement happening. This is the major illegal trade route for cocaine. सबसे ज़्यादा cocaine produce यहाँ पे होता है. The overall water levels in reservoirs have fallen down, and the government had started water rationing there. So places in news we will cover today. April, May, and June, both world as well as India. ठीक है? So you may have also gone through the current developments. And you may have missed April and May because of last year prelims. अगर आपने last year prelims की तैयारी की है तो you may have missed them. So now it is the opportunity to cover them. Okay, so same thing. First of all, I will highlight what things they are asking in the places in news. From world aspect, they are largely asking the questions. Let's say, they will ask countries in news and the reason for which it is in news. Second, any particular region, and we can say that in which country they lie, and we can say that reasons. Match the following type of questions, or let's say disputed areas, regions, islands, territories, corridors, and the dispute between which countries. Okay. Then we can talk about is if suppose any country is facing civil war condition, or we can say that armed conflict.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. So civil war, armed conflict going on in the particular part of the country, then they will ask that question. Then if it is resulting into refugee, migrant crisis, they will ask this question. They will ask also refugee camps. Then political crisis or economic crisis. Last year question, Argentina, political crisis like military coup, okay, or political unrest, protest going on for certain reasons. So they will ask this question. Or some physical features also they will ask, like they are focusing on lakes. Lakes in news. Yes, lakes in news because of, let's say, climate change. Impact of climate change. Lake Fugubine. Or they will ask, yes, volcanic eruptions or volcanoes. Recently erupted volcanoes and in which country they are located. Right. So that they can ask. Places in news. Now, if you talk about, this is now for world mapping. If you talk about specifically India, so from within context of India, they will ask if any river, lake was in news. So they will ask about that river or lake or wetland. Okay, wetland in news. Generally, they ask this thing, wetlands. Ramsar wetlands, Ramsar sites. Then they will ask about any particular, let's say, national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserve, biosphere reserve in news, if it is in news. Then they will ask about, we can say, dams, reservoirs, if it is in news, for any reason. Then they will ask about largely the infrastructure related aspects like ports, airports, and we can say that ports, airports, then we can say that highways, expressways, yes, waterways, if they are in news, you should cover them. Then even we can say that nuclear power plants, yesterday we learned about that, nuclear power plants, proposed power plants, Jaitapur, it's always in news because of protest, land acquisition and all these things. So that thing you should cover. Then new ports are going to be, let's say, built. There is one proposal of building the major port in Vadhavan in Maharashtra. Okay, Vadhavan. Or let's say there is also a proposal for several proposal for greenfield airports. This year they asked that question. ठीक है, तो बहुत सारे हैं, but there are 20 to 21 some new projects going on. So do cover them. ठीक है, nuclear power plants. Then one of the most important aspect for places in news is our right. This is most important. Places visited by our Prime Minister. If something is, he is inaugurating any, actually he inaugurated that, let's say, airport in Northeast Arunachal Pradesh in November or December 2022. Or the question that were asked in 2023 prelims related to that temple, Somnath temple. So he visited, he inaugurated something there, or the statue. What was that? Ramanujan statue in, we can say that, Hyderabad, near Hyderabad, Telangana. So he inaugurated that. So they are asking, like, if our PM inaugurated, and then they are asking Ramanujan philosophy, basically. But if anything that let's say he is inaugurating or visiting any temple, from history also, art and culture, so that becomes important. Right? So these things you should cover. Now, I'm also, let's say, telling you that certain things that they interconnect, like the question they asked about the archaeological sites or architectural sites and the rivers, the Ajanta caves and that Waghera river and all, right? So that is basically connecting history or art and culture with geography. So in history also you have mapping actually, right? History also you have mapping. Yes, pilgrimage sites are there, architectural sites are there, several art and craft cities or centers are there, right? Or let's say the IBC sites are there, Indus Valley civilization. So whatever the maps that you read in the NCRT related to history or art and culture, that is also, we can say, part of mapping. So there will be match the following type of question there. Okay, so do cover that also whenever it is in news, current developments. So they will ask question related to temples or any kind of architectural, let's say, places. Like recently there was, let's say, our Prime Minister inaugurated that Nalanda University in Rajgir last year. Okay, so they will ask question about that history of that region, Rajgir and Nalanda University. So likewise, you should be preparing places in news and its background with context, right? So let's talk about, first of all, now the April month 2024, and yes, first we'll cover the world mapping. Okay, April month. So first topic is Mount Ruang. Okay, RUANG, Mount Ruang. World mapping. Places in news. Okay, world mapping, places in news, Mount Ruang, RUANG, Ruang. So it is located where? It is located in Indonesia. So it was recently erupted volcano, and it is located in, we can say that, here, this location, North Sulawesi province. North Sulawesi province of Indonesia. Okay, it is example of stratovolcano. So stratovolcano will be having the more viscous lava and explosive eruption. Okay, North Sulawesi. So immediately you look into the map in Atlas. ठीक है, आपके पास Atlas है, you have the Atlas with you. So immediately you can locate the North Sulawesi province and there you can see the Mount Ruang. Okay, match the following type of question we can expect. Yes. Then second, Mount Etna. This is the location.
Yes, I will see.
So Mount Etna is in Italy, Sicily, island of Italy. Okay, so locate Sicily in Mediterranean Sea. Sicily in Mediterranean Sea. This is the island Sicilia and you can see the Mount Etna. It is shown here, Mount Etna. So it was in news because of the unique circular rings that it was emitting. That is called as volcanic vortex rings. Volcanic vortex ring. So from its, we can say, mouth, there was release of certain gases in a unique fashion because of the vent that is there in circular manner. So it is releasing that gas as rings. Okay, so that is called volcanic vortex rings. So it is the highest Mediterranean island mountain. Highest Mediterranean island mountain. Some additional information. Also, it is the most active stratovolcano in the world. Most active stratovolcano in the world. All right, Mount Etna. Then one country was in news recently, Cambodia. ठीक है. So you can locate Cambodia, Southeast Asia. So why it was in news? Hundreds of Indian citizens rescued from cyber scam factories. Cyber scam factories. So they are lured for high-paid jobs and they are actually working in illegal cyber activities there in these countries. Rescued from cyber scam factories. So in static part we have learned about Cambodia. So the capital you can see in your atlas also, a much detailed map you can see, right? So Phnom Penh, Phnom is the capital. Now this particular country is having low-lying plains, Mekong Delta region is also there, some mountainous regions are there, right? Then the important, we can say, historical aspect, what is that? That temple, right? What is that? Angkor Wat. Yes, Angkor Wat. So the ruins of Angkor Wat stone temple complex built during Khmer Empire, Khmer Empire. Okay, so Cambodia. Now, further, there is small country Taiwan. It was in news, Taiwan, because of the earthquake. So at some places it is given 7.2 7.2, at some places it is given 7.7 magnitude earthquake that had happened in Taiwan. Okay. So it is part of, we can say, Pacific Ring of Fire, and some unique aspect of this particular.
So which plates are the reason for Taiwan earthquake, sir? Plates.
Place. Okay,
Plates.
plate. Okay, so yes, plates. You can talk about Philippine plate, and we can say that the yes, Eurasian plate, Philippine plate and Eurasian plate, or Sunda shelf. Basically, Eurasian plate is also having some kind of, let's say, oceanic crust. Okay, this is going to be the oceanic crust. The Sunda shelf is part of Eurasian plate actually. Okay, it is broken from Eurasian plate. So interaction between Pacific and Sunda shelf or Eurasian plate, like this you can. So one more important incident that has happened here after this earthquake in Taiwan. Okay, whatever it is, but Taiwan Strait is there, right? In static part we learn Taiwan Strait connects. Yes, very good. South China Sea to East China Sea. It connects South China Sea to East China Sea. Okay. Now, because of this particular earthquake there was one small island here somewhere which is very famous tourist attraction. That island was also in news. Guishan Island, Guishan. Guishan Island, Taiwan. Tourist destination. It is also called as Turtle Island. Turtle Island. It slid into the sea because of earthquake. Because of earthquake, some part of island slid into the sea. It is a part of landslide, or it is now submerged. So there can be question related to islands. Guishan Island.
Into sea, sir, time.
Yes, it slid into the sea. Okay, now next country is Romania. It was in news. Locate Romania. यूरोप वाला कहाँ दिया है? This one? कंट्रीज नहीं है, वही है वो एक्चुअली, उसमें कंट्रीज नहीं दिया है. ओके, सिर्फ रिवर्स दिया है, कोई बात नहीं. यू कैन ओपन इन योर एटलस रोमानिया. So recently, the research center in Romania has developed world's most powerful laser. World's most powerful laser. Okay, location, geographically speaking, it is located at the center of European continent. At the center of Europe. Geographically, it is located at the center of Europe. And neighbors, yes, on this side there is Ukraine. Okay, this is Ukraine. Then on the southern side there is small country Moldova. Then there is Bulgaria also from southern side. Then western side Serbia. Then Hungary and Black Sea on this side.
Any mnemonics to remember this?
Sorry?
Any mnemonics to remember it? The places, like.
It's very difficult to remember, of course, the neighboring countries, but they will not ask neighboring countries of such, let's say, Romania or these countries which are in news for any minor reason. They asked Ukraine because for continuous 2 years it was in news.
Okay, sir.
Okay. They asked Afghanistan because it was continuously in news. Taliban that year. So only they will ask, like they will ask Israel, they will ask Lebanon, Syria,
Okay, sir.
because they are continuously in news.
News.
Yes. Now, again one country was in news, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, it is the largest country on Arabian Peninsula, area-wise, largest country on Arabian Peninsula. So recently, world's first 3D printed mosque was built here. World's first 3D printed mosque. That's why it was in news. Okay. Now open the map of USA and you can locate port of Baltimore. Somewhere here to the eastern coast, you can locate Baltimore. Map of USA. Have you located Baltimore? Hmm.
Just above Washington.
Hmm. Yes, just above Washington or that region, Baltimore. So it is a port city. Okay, it is a port city, Baltimore. Okay, so there was one small accident there in the port city of Baltimore. Right. So cargo ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge. They will not ask the name of the bridge, but because of that ship struck this particular bridge, that bridge collapsed. Okay, that bridge collapsed there. It is a key bridge. Key bridge समझते हैं ऐसे open हो जाता है, फिर बंद हो जाता है. Then there is road traffic on it. Then it opens for some time period. So this key bridge is on the particular river that is draining there. So name of the river is Patapsco. Patapsco River. Okay, US East Coast, Port of Baltimore, Patapsco River. Then Sitwe Port in Myanmar, located in Myanmar, Sitwe Port. Yes. Sitwe Port in Myanmar, somewhere here. There, Kaladan River is draining into Bay of Bengal, estuary of Kaladan River. Sitwe Port, India has secured rights to operate this particular port. India has secured rights to operate this port. This is such second port after Chabahar port in Iran, where India has got rights to operate the port. It is a deep water port at the estuary of Kaladan River. Kaladan River in Rakhine state of Myanmar. Rakhine state of Myanmar. So, multimodal project. It is part of that Kaladan multimodal transit project. First will reach to Sitwe through shipping. Thereafter, the inland waterway up to certain point through Kaladan River. Thereafter, road transport reaching to the northeastern boundary of India. Okay. Yes. The next is Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. Ukraine. Okay, you can locate that on the map of, let's say, Europe. Locate that in Ukraine, Zaporizhia. Although UPSC has already asked this in 2023. Match the following: Ukraine-Russia war. So when Russian forces got control over this nuclear power plant, it was in news. So recently there were drone attacks on this nuclear power plant. Drone attacks. It is the largest nuclear power plant in Europe. Largest nuclear power plant in Europe. Okay, southeast Ukraine. It is located in southeast Ukraine on the bank of Dnipro river or Dnieper river. This Dnieper river, you can see Dnieper, Dnieper, Dnieper river. Okay, this Kakhovka reservoir, Kakhovka dam was also in news. Dam failure, mains question last year. This was asked. एक एग्जाम्पल ये देना था उसमें. Okay, Kakhovka dam on Dnieper river, it was damaged, and because of that there was flooding of downstream regions. Okay, this nuclear power plant currently it is under the control of Russian forces.
So Zaporizhzhia is under Russian forces.
Yes, it is controlled at present by Russian forces.
More than 20% land control.
Then city of Orsk, 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 Russia, city of Orsk. In Orenburg region, Orenburg region. Why it was in news? Because of flooding. So Russia declared emergency in this region after Ural river. Locate Ural river. We have learned that mapping static part. Ural river originates south of, we can say, Ural mountains there, and then it drains into which sea? Yes. So it drains into Caspian Sea. Ural river. Locate that Ural river, and you can see the map of Russia. You may find the location of Orsk also along the border with Kazakhstan. Okay, Ural river is third longest in Europe after Volga and Danube. Third longest in Europe after Volga and Danube. Drains into Caspian Sea. Now next country.
Flooding.
Sorry?
So you said it flooded the city, sir, of city of Orsk.
Yes, it flooded the city of Orsk.
Okay, sir, and what is it to do with Ural River?
Ural river burst through a dam embankment. Because of that there was flooding.
Okay, sir.
A dam failure. Okay, dam failure.
So which river?
Volga and Danube. 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 We have done the mapping part in static. Volga and Danube. Now next country in news, Botswana. See the map of Africa and Botswana country. Here, Southern Africa, Botswana. So it was in news because the president of Botswana threatened Germany to export 20,000 elephants into Germany. So,
Export.
yes, of course, how he will export? Will they allow? So basically Germany had some kind of stringent measures related to import of illegally acquired that let's say trophies and we can say ivory. So to prevent such kind of illegal ivory trade, this kind of thing. But Botswana is let's say unique country. It is, write down that world's largest elephant population is there. World's largest elephant population. Now what is happening in this country? The elephant population has increased beyond its capacity now. So what this country is doing, it is trying to export elephants to other countries, even out of the continent. Okay. And the other thing is that its president is looking into, let's say, removing the ban on ivory trade. Okay, ivory trade also. So that's why it is a kind of, we can say, problem that and it was in news.
इंडिया को भी बोला कि इंटरफेयर करने के लिए साइट्स बैन लगा है वहाँ पे जो ट्रंक होता है ना वो टिप वो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे इकट्ठा करके रखे थे और बेचने नहीं दिया जा रहा था बोत्सवाना को इंडिया को बोला था इंटरवीन करने के लिए
Yes, they want to sell it, but of course illegal. It is not allowed in international market. Okay, and there are conventions,
और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे elephant
sites, and all these conventions are there, right? So they will not allow. All right. Then basic things. Then Swana ethnic group, TSWANA, is the largest population here. TSWANA. TSWANA, Swana ethnic group, and it is very sparsely populated country. We have learned in resources, Botswana has major diamond reserves, diamond industry. It is very rich country. It has very good HDI, Human Development Index, in Africa. Botswana, and it is famous for that gaming zone, the Kalahari gaming zone. Game country बोलते हैं इसको, ठीक है?
Diamond deposits.
Yes, diamond industry, diamond deposits. All right, next. Erase crossing. Israel, Gaza Strip, Israel. So from the northern side of Gaza Strip, there is Erase crossing, E-R-E-Z. E-R-E-Z, Erase crossing from the northern side. And from the southern side, along the border with Egypt, Rafah, R-A-F-A-H, Rafah crossing.
टोटल 3 क्रॉसिंग्स हैं
हाँ 3 है शायद, 2 मेजर है, तीसरा शायद गल्फ ऑफ अकाबा को ओपन करता है.
Erase crossing.
Yes. Erase crossing is from the northern side of Gaza Strip. It opens into Israel. Okay. And from the southern side there is Rafah crossing, R-A-F-A-H, with a border with, we can say, Egypt, Sinai Peninsula. On Sinai Peninsula. This Israel has approved reopening of this Erase crossing to allow flow of more aid into Gaza. In April, it was in news because of this reason. It will be reopening the Erase crossing for more aid into the Gaza Strip. Humanitarian aid. So we are expecting question surely on these kinds of things. They will ask about that Khan Yunis city. One question can be also asked related to the refugee camps which were targeted by Israel in Gaza Strip, refugee camps.
गुलाम है तो
Okay, so do prepare for that prelims examination, refugee camps there. Then, next is Sweden. Sweden, Nordic country, you can see the Sweden. It became 38th country to join Artemis Accords. It became 38th country, 38, to join Artemis Accord. What is Artemis Accord? India has joined in 2023.
Yes, sir. We have a group of countries called Astronic Space Mission behind the US.
Yes, we can say that it is the framework for cooperation and collaboration in space exploration. It provides a common framework and we can say for cooperation and collaboration in space exploration. It was jointly launched in 2020 by US Department of State and NASA with 7 partner countries. They will not ask the 7 partner countries, okay? They will say that it is US-led initiative. And India has joined it in 2023 as 27th member. All right. Next location in Europe only, Brussels, Belgium, capital of Belgium, 2023. Brussels, Belgium, capital of Belgium. World's first ever nuclear energy summit was held here. World's first ever nuclear energy summit.
Nuclear energy, sir.
Yes, nuclear energy summit. Then again, although UPSC has asked question on this, Nagorno-Karabakh region. Nagorno-Karabakh region. Why it was in news? Russian peacekeepers have started withdrawing from this region. Russian peacekeepers have started withdrawing after Azerbaijan's recapture of this disputed territory. After Azerbaijan's recapture of disputed territory from Armenian separatist. There is one corridor located there. What is its name? Armenia connecting that particular Nagorno-Karabakh region. Lachin corridor. Lachin. It is in Azerbaijan, okay? Lachin corridor, Lachin. Lachin corridor connects to this, there is connectivity of Armenia to this Nagorno-Karabakh region, but this is controlled by Azerbaijan, okay? And Azerbaijan had actually stopped the movement from this corridor and got control over this Nagorno-Karabakh now. Then Antarctica was in news for 2 reasons in that month. Antarctic continent, Antarctic. So India Post has opened the post office at Bharti station. पता नहीं कौन से पोस्ट मास्टर जा रहे हैं वहां पे, बट पोस्ट ऑफिस खोला है वहां पे हमने. We have opened the post office in Bharti Research Center, Bharti Research Station there. Now, other important news was Mount Erebus, Erebus. Mount Erebus, Erebus. Located on Ross Island, ROSS. Ross Island. It is a stratovolcano. Yes. So it is expelling a gas containing crystallized gold. It is expelling the gas containing crystallized gold every day. Crystallized gold every day worth $6,000. Can you imagine? $6,000. So we haven't explored the Antarctic yet. Huge reservoirs, reserves of all the minerals and all these things. So that's why also it was in news. Next, Afanasi Nikitin Seamount. Somewhere here in Indian Ocean region, there is one seamount. Okay, Afanasi Nikitin. Seamount. नहीं, इंडिया का नहीं है. Okay, India has applied to International Seabed Authority. India has applied to International Seabed Authority for rights to explore. For rights to explore a cobalt-rich crust. Cobalt-rich crust in this seamount. Cobalt is important critical mineral. Okay, International Seabed Authority, headquarter Jamaica. Then next is Afar Triangle. Already we have seen that. No, it's not granted. We have applied. Okay, Afar Triangle, this region. Okay, Horn of Africa. Horn of Africa, Afar Triangle. So geologists predict the potential formation of new ocean there. Afar Triangle. So we are expecting question on this also. Okay.
Please move the place exactly where is the country.
This is the region. Like this. Okay. Horn of Africa, we can say Djibouti, Somalia, Eritrea and Ethiopia. हाँ, वो 4 country है. They are, that is Horn of Africa. Okay. Next is Lake Kariba. Same map. Where is Lake Kariba? In static part we have done. Kariba Dam.
Yes, sir. Kariba Dam on Zambezi River on the border of
US,
Zambia.
yeah.
Very good. So, Lake Kariba, Zambezi River, Zambia and Zimbabwe border. Kariba Dam. It was in news.
Zambezi River.
Yes, Zambezi River. Along the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Why it was in news? The water level dropped to 13% of its capacity. 13%. Can you imagine? Of its capacity. Due to El Nino induced drought. Due to El Nino induced drought. Now the unique information is basically it is world's largest man-made lake by volume. It is world's largest lake or man-made lake, by volume of water. And if this much amount of volume of water is reduced, then one can understand the impact. So this thing they will ask in examination, right? It is very important thing. Okay, next, another important country, it was in news, Colombia. Colombia is in? Yes, South America. Bogota is the capital, Colombia. So it was in news because the overall water levels in reservoirs have fallen down and the government had started water rationing there. Water rationing by the government due to overall decline in the water levels in the reservoirs in the country. Colombia. आजकल न्यूज में चल रहा है ये. Have you been following this current affairs? Why it is in news nowadays? Country. Guerrilla warfare. Yes, the left-wing guerrilla warfare. The rebels, they are fighting with each other. Then the drug cartels, they are fighting with each other. There is violence. There is the innocent people are dying there. Displacement happening. They will ask this thing. Colombia, why in news? Okay, so guerrilla warfare. Why it is in news? Guerrilla warfare going on among the left-wing rebellion groups. It's not the government they are fighting with. They are fighting for the illegal trade corridor for the cocaine. You know, this is the major illegal trade route for cocaine. सबसे ज़्यादा cocaine produce यहाँ पे होता है. And these are very, let's say, what you can say, strong groups. And they have, of course, access to all the modern arms and all these things. So they are fighting with each other for control of that route. Okay. अच्छा है इंडिया में एटलीस्ट ऐसा तो हो नहीं रहा है. वो हायती में क्या हो रहा है, ठीक है. You can understand they are breaking the jail and they are now ruling the country simply. Okay. Next, Africa. Yes, Sima region, Southeast Africa mountain archipelago. Southeast Africa mountain archipelago. Sema, S-E-A-M-A.
S-E-E-M-A, sir.
S-E-A-M-A. Southeast Africa mountain archipelago. It is the eco-region of Mozambique and Malawi. Now look at that. Mozambique and Malawi. Okay, Mozambique and Malawi. This region. Southeastern Africa. Mozambique and Malawi countries. Okay. So it is having the chain of hard granite hillocks, hills, small hills, इसको hillocks बोलते हैं. Chain of hard granite hills known as Sky Islands. Known as Sky Islands. Okay, so this region was in news because of the newly discovered biodiversity and species richness there through one report study. So that's why it was in news. Then one region was in news, Fertile Crescent, Asia. Fertile Crescent. So that crescent is basically this crescent. Traditionally, this region has been highly fertile region.
So Iran, what are the places?
I will tell you the places: Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan. Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, some parts of Egypt, Turkey, and Iran. Kuwait, ठीक है, Iraq, largely it is Iraq. So Euphrates and Tigris rivers. So several civilizations have, basically this is the cradle of civilization. This is called as the cradle of civilization, this region, because of rich soil and access to water resources. Okay, so fertile crescent. So you may get confused, they will give this crescent also.
Golden Peace.
No, India's North Indian plains. And it is not the fertile crescent that internationally recognized. Okay. Now, next is North Kivu province. North Kivu province, where it is?
DRC.
Yes. So, Democratic Republic of Congo. This region where there is Lake Kivu, somewhere with a border with Rwanda. Okay. छोटा सा लेक होगा कोई यहाँ पर. हाँ. So that province is, we can say, North Kivu and South Kivu provinces are there. KIVU, North Kivu province. So there is violence between, yes?
Uganda, DRC, Uganda.
No, Rwanda.
Rwanda.
हाँ.
Very small place. Very good.
This can be the North Kivu or South Kivu, like this. Okay. So they are part of Democratic Republic of Congo country, provinces. And why it is in news? The violence between Democratic Republic Congo army and Rwandan-backed M23 rebel group. They can ask this thing also. M23. Many times it was in news. Rwandan-backed M23 rebel group.
Between who and who's Rwanda back to Belgium?
Rebel group M23 and army of this country, DRC. Army of DRC. Then one more country of Africa was in news. This one. What is it? Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. Why it was in news? It declared the national emergency on substance abuse. Drug abuse, substance abuse. Particularly one cheap drug that is easily available there, named Kush. 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 Synthetic drug है ये. Synthetic drug. Sierra Leone. National emergency. Then in Asia, in Bangladesh, Bhashan Char Island. Where it is? Bangladesh. Delta region. Newly formed island is there, where Bangladesh wants to relocate, resettle the Rohingya refugees from that Cox's Bazar refugee camp to this Bhashan Char Island. Right. So why it was in news?
Is it with Bangladesh?
Yes, it is in Bangladesh. So the philanthropic group of Japan, Nippon Foundation, NIPPON, Nippon camera होता है ना? Nippon Foundation will spend $2 million for welfare of Rohingyas for their resettlement and rehabilitation on this island. Rehabilitation and resettlement on this island. Bhashan Char. Now quickly we'll have a look at the places in news for India in April 2024. Okay. First one, Moyar Valley. Fine. Moyar Valley, where it is? It is located in Mudumalai Tiger Reserve. It is located in Mudumalai Tiger Reserve. Tamil Nadu, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. नीलगिरी बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व के यहाँ पर है, तमिलनाडु, मुदुमलाई टाइगर रिजर्व. इस टेस्ट में MOYAR, मोयार नहीं, मोयार वैली रीजन का नाम है. ओके, मोयार वैली, इट इज द रीजन इन मुदुमलाई टाइगर रिजर्व, नीलगिरी बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व. So recently there was increase in critically endangered gyps vulture population there. Critically endangered gyps vulture, GYPS. Gyps vulture. This region has the largest nesting colony of gyps vulture in the wild. Largest nesting colony. Largest nesting colony of gyps vulture in the wild. All right. Gyps vulture, critically endangered, IUCN status. Next is Kachhathivu Islands. It was in news. Kachhathivu Islands, CATHATHEEVU, CATHATHEEVU, Kachhathivu Island. So it was continuously in news before elections. कभी प्राइम मिनिस्टर बोलते थे, कभी CM ऑफ तमिलनाडु बोलते थे हम वापस लेंगे, हमें वापस चाहिए. Yes, it was in news. So yes, India in 1974 through one agreement. Yes. Yes. It is located somewhere here near Jaffna Peninsula. Okay. Near Jaffna Peninsula. In 1974 we have ceded it to Sri Lanka. We have ceded it to Sri Lanka. It is uninhabited island in Park Strait. Uninhabited. Why it is uninhabited? Because it does not have fresh water for, we can say, drinking water. It does not have source of drinking water. Does not have source of drinking water. But there is one religious structure there, St. Anthony's Church. St. Anthony's Church. Where annually the priests from both countries go there, people from both countries visit the island. Okay, so next, Paradip Port. Where it is? Paradip Port? Yes, Odisha. You locate that on the map of Atlas, immediately see on the Atlas, it is a major port of Odisha. It is near the delta region of Mahanadi, right? Paradip Port. Now why it was in news? It has surpassed Deen Dayal Kandla Port. It has surpassed Deen Dayal Kandla Port to become the largest cargo handling major port in India. To become largest cargo handling major port in India. If you remember, we had written this information that Kandla is the largest. Now this is the current development, that Paradip port has replaced it. Right? Now, some information related to this port. It was the first major port on East Coast after independence. It was first major port on East Coast of India after independence. Okay. Then one structure in Delhi, it was in news. Satpura Dam. Satpura Dam. Pula. Satpula. Okay, so this structure, it is located at present in Delhi. It was built by MBT, Mohammed bin Tughlaq. MBT. It was a reliable source of water for irrigation. It was a reliable source of water for irrigation as well as a defense against possible intruders. The water from Aravallis was brought to the city of Jahapana. The city of Jahapana, in bracket, fourth city of Delhi. Through canal.
So please repeat where the port is located, sir. Net was disrupted.
The water from Aravallis.
Sir, Paradip port.
Paradip port.
Yes, sir. Repeat it again, sir.
Satpura Dam. Okay, next point. Satpura Dam. It is built by MBT, Mohammed bin Tughlaq. Tughlaq dynasty, history. So let me tell you the background. What happened? Tughlaq, decisions of Tughlaqs. क्यों बोलते हैं उसको? क्या बोलते हैं? नाम क्या है? पागल तुगलक, क्या नाम है उसका? हाँ, तो उसके डिसीजन सब गलत हो गए ना, राइट? सो शिफ्टिंग द कैपिटल and changing the currency and all. So because of that actually, and also during that time period, this region experienced a continuous drought. So people face lot of problems. Okay, and to assuage the crisis or the problems faced by the people and their anger, this particular structure was built, and the water from the Aravallis, so that led to some kind of, let's say, food grain production and all these things.
So circular dam कोई river में या फिर just construction?
Canal ऐसे ही. And thereafter the Britishers actually changed the course of that canal, and now we don't have their water. Okay, there is no water at present there, of course. So fine.
Why this is used?
Sir, Paradip port, can you please again just give the explanation? Largest cargo and
So Paradip port has surpassed the Deen Dayal Kandla port to become the largest cargo handling major port in India.
yes, sir.
After that, it was the first major port to be built on east coast of India after independence.
Okay, sir.
Right? Thereafter, we are looking into new mapping point, Satpura Dam. It is the structure in Delhi. It was in news because many times they cover such kind of structures in that the Hindu page, some archaeological sites or art and culture. Some people will write such kind of articles. But see, they will give such kind of structures which are very helpful for water conservation. We can learn from them. That's why they will talk about these structures. Right. So this Satpura Dam is built by MBT, Mohammed Big Tughlaq, and it is a reliable source of water for irrigation and defense against the possible intruders. Okay, the water from Aravallis was brought to this Jahanpana city, fourth city of Delhi, through canals. It is also built through quartz, the stone from Aravallis, quartz stone, Quartz, Quartz, quartz. Then next mapping point is Sukhna Lake. Yes. Sukhna Lake. Ha. Sukhna Lake, Sukhna Cloe, a small stream originating from foothills of Shivalik. It is dammed in Chandigarh, and there the artificial lake is created, Sukhna Lake. Chandigarh. There is Sukhna Lake or Sukhna Wildlife Sanctuary there. Sukhna Wildlife Sanctuary. Some of its area lies in Haryana. Sukhna Wildlife Sanctuary. Recently, there was a draft notification for demarcating eco-sensitive zone. Draft notification for demarcating eco-sensitive zone around this sanctuary on Haryana side. On Haryana side. Okay. Then somewhere here in Run of Kutch, KHAVDA, Khavda Solar Park. Khavda Solar Park. KHAVDA. Run of Kutch, Gujarat. It is world's largest renewable energy park. World's largest renewable energy park, having both solar plus wind energy farms. At present, 2 gigawatt capacity. 2 gigawatt generation capacity, and it has target to generate 30 gigawatt in future. Gigawatt energy, electricity. Solar plus wind.
सर कब तक 30 gigawatt प्रोड्यूस करना है?
टारगेट है उनका एक, कब तक जरूरी नहीं, इंडिया का टारगेट याद रखने का, छोटे से पार्क का याद नहीं रखना है, ठीक है. दे विल नॉट आस्क इवन दिस 2 gigawatt, just remember the place because it is world's largest now, and generally we tend to remember it in Rajasthan. ठीक है. सोलर पार्क मतलब कि राजस्थान याद आता है, लार्जेस्ट है ना वहां पे डेजर्ट में, बट नाउ तो अब चेंज हो गया है, ये लार्जेस्ट इज इन रन ऑफ कच्छ. नाउ नेक्स्ट, केसरिया स्तूपा, बिहार. केसरिया स्तूपा, यस, ईस्ट चंपारण डिस्ट्रिक्ट. East Champaran district of Bihar, Kesariya Stupa, the tallest and largest Buddhist stupa in the world. The original stupa dates back to the reign of Ashoka. The original stupa dates back to the reign of Ashoka. Then
इसलिए मैंने देखा है, बहुत छोटा है. सिर्फ मिट्टी उट्टी है आसपास, बस उसको कवर करके छोड़ते हैं।
उसको एक्सकेवेट ठीक से नहीं किया है ना वहाँ पे।
बिहार गवर्नमेंट उसको एक्सकेवेट करने के लिए
हाँ,
टूरिज्म पॉलिसी के अंदर लेके आए।
yes. Now next, Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, Tamil Nadu. It was in news. Mudumalai Tiger Reserve in Tamil Nadu. Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. In Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Why it was in news? A fungal disease outbreak. Name of the disease? MANGE. Fungal disease outbreak among Asiatic wild dogs. Asiatic wild dogs, possibly transmitted from the feral dogs. So it's opposite of zoonotics. नॉर्मल फेरल डॉग्स जो हो गए विलेज में, वहां से वो वहां से ट्रांसफर हुआ है उनको। एशियाटिक डॉग्स, एशियाटिक वाइल्ड डॉग्स। ओके, नेक्स्ट पड़ता बेट। नेक्स्ट प्लेस इज पड़ता बेट। बेट मीन्स आइलैंड। पड़ता बेट, रन ऑफ कच्छ, गुजरात। पड़ता बेट, excavation of 5,200-year-old IVC site. 5,200-year-old IVC site. Because of this discovery, the timeline of IVC is changed or can change. It can significantly change the history. Excavation of 5,200-year-old IVC site, Indus Valley Civilization site.
Old or time period is 5,200 BC?
Old.
From now?
हाँ, from now. है ना? So what is the time period that we generally say for IVC? Vision?
3,300 to 3,300.
उसका डिक्लाइनिंग फेज अलग है।
तो ये उससे पहले जाएगा ना अब ये। हाँ, that's why. Yes, that's why. Now, Great Nicobar Island was in news. Great Nicobar Island was in news because for the first time, Shompen tribes, PVTG, Shompen tribes, they're particularly vulnerable tribal groups. They casted their vote in Lok Sabha elections for the first time.
ये प्रोटेस्ट भी कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, जो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है रीजन में, ग्रेट निकोबार रीजन में, गवर्नमेंट जो कर रही है।
Then Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island. We have learned in static part in Andaman and Nicobar. Somewhere here, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island hai. So this island is facing the problem of chital deer. Their number has increased. Invasion of cheetal deer.
So invasive species or like?
For that region, we will say that their number is increasing. Basically, there is no carnivore there. If it is artificially introduced, so it will actually act as an invasive species there, because it will bring imbalance in ecosystem.
चीतल को केन टाइगर रिजर्व में लेके आ जाए तो यहाँ पे जो भी पैसेज चल रहा है इसको जो भेजने गोविंद सागर के तो शॉर्टकट हो जाएगा ना।
सही है, वो भी ठीक है।
यहाँ से लेके आ जाए सीधा ट्रांसपोर्ट।
तो कैप्टिव ब्रीडिंग तो करने के लिए बोल ही रहे ना हम, तो ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं कैप्टिव ब्रीडिंग। आइलैंड पे कोई, वो भी एक तरीका है. ऑल राइट, नेक्स्ट नेत्रावती रिवर. Yesterday we were looking into Netravati river, small river in Karnataka, west flowing river near Mangaluru.
Yes.
Netravati waterfront promenade development project, Mangaluru. Netravati waterfront promenade development project, Mangaluru, was in news. Allegations. Promenade, Promenade.
The west flowing.
Yes, west flowing river. Promenade development project, Mangaluru. It was in news. Why? Allegations of violations of CRZ norms. CRZ norms, coastal regulatory zones, regulation zone. Netravati rises near Kudremukh in Karnataka. Near Kudremukh in Karnataka. And drains into Arabian Sea near Mangaluru. And drains into Arabian Sea near Mangaluru. It is also known as Bantwal River, Bantwal. हाँ, Bantwal River. Okay, then May month for world. May month. Iran was in news in May because the president of Iran died in the helicopter crash. Although static part we have done about the Iran, the hills and all these things, the Mount Elbrus and the other one along the western boundary. ईरान के लेक्स भी फेमस है, रामसार लेक. Yes. Okay, so that thing you can prepare, the static part. Zagros and Elburz mountains. Elburz along the northern part, the countries which are having border, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan. On this side there is Azerbaijan and Iraq. Okay, Azerbaijan and Iraq, and we can say even Armenia. यहाँ पे अर्मेनिया है क्या? Some part, this one, this part. ठीक है. Some part may be touching Armenia also. We have to check. टर्की भी है कि इराक है सिर्फ? टर्की भी है.
Yes, the Turkey is also there.
So that is confusing now. Okay, so you can prepare that. Second Thomas Shaw.
Azerbaijan also.
Sorry.
Azerbaijan, Armenia is also part of it.
है. Armenia is also there. Armenia, Azerbaijan, Caspian Sea, and from southern side there is Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. All right. Next is here Philippine Islands. These are the Philippines. So these are Paracel, these are Spratly Islands. Somewhere here near Spratly Islands there are Second Thomas Shoal. Second Thomas Shoal, Shoal. Shoal is basically a kind of sea mount or a kind of coral reefs.
Which one, sir? St. Thomas.
Second Thomas. Disputed shoal between China and Philippines near Spratly Islands, South China Sea. Spratly Islands, South China Sea. Then next, it was in news, New Caledonia. New Caledonia. Where it was? France declares a state of emergency in New Caledonia.
Yeah, New Zealand.
It is a French territory, right? In South Pacific. So France declares the state of emergency in New Caledonia. Basically, this country wants to get in. This region wants to get independence from France. Okay, that's why.
ये फ्रांस से तो अफ्रीकन कंट्री भी बहुत सारा इंडिपेंडेंट है, लेगेसी मेंटेन करते हुए आ गया कि म्यांमार के कॉन्गो ये सब रीजन.
Basically, they have so many foreign territories. Okay, so देखा जाए तो that is part of we can say that imperialism that time, but now they are basically using that for their strategic purpose, the locations in different oceans. Next is Batagai crater or Batagaika crater.
Russia.
Russia, somewhere in the interiors of Siberia. Batagay. Batagay. Batagai crater. It is the world's biggest permafrost crater. World's biggest permafrost crater. Siberia. Okay. Siberia, Russia. Because of global warming, the permafrost is melting and now it is going to be a kind of lake in future.
Emitting methane also, huge amount of methane.
Okay. So melting of frozen ground. It is also called as, it is locally called as gateway to the underworld. Gateway to the underworld. हाँ अभी आया है सेकंड सीजन.
ये कब का है?
ये एक न्यूज में था ना, गेटवे टू हेल.
Yes.
व्हाट इज दैट? गेटवे टू हेल.
बहुत बहुत बड़ा फायर है वो. ये
दरवाजा crater. It is the gas crater which is continuously burning. Darwaza, Darvaza. Darwaza gas crater. Turkmenistan. It is a gas crater which is continuously burning. It is called as door to hell or gateway to hell. Turkmenistan. Now next location is in news, Slovakia country. Slovakia in Europe. You can locate that. It was in news because Prime Minister was shot multiple times there. Small country, Slovakia.
Prime Minister was shot, so shot.
Then next is Rotterdam, Netherlands. Rotterdam, Netherlands. Right, so northwestern Europe, we can say Netherlands, a very famous port city, Rotterdam. So here 26th World Energy Congress was held. 26th World Energy Congress, co-hosted by World Energy Council. Co-hosted by World Energy Council. Okay. Next location is Humboldt Glacier, Venezuela. Humboldt Glacier, Venezuela. In Andes. Venezuela's last standing glacier in Andes have shrunken or is lost basically. Venezuela's last standing glacier in Andes have shrunken and it will be no longer qualifying as glacier. So now there is no glacier in Venezuela. This thing they will ask, okay, in prelims examination. Then Spain country was in news. Spain, 99th member of International Solar Alliance. Spain, Iberian Peninsula. Where it is located? Iberian Peninsula. Which mountain ranges separate Spain from France? Pyrenees.
Pyrenees.
Yes, Pyrenees. Iberian Peninsula. क्या बोल रहा था? Why it is in news? Okay, it has become 99th member of International Solar Alliance. Then Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea. North of Australia. It was in news, there was a massive landslide there. Massive landslide occurred there. Many people had died. Then for Europe, there is one area, Schengen area, SCH, Schengen area. So it was in news because Indians can obtain now long-term multi-entry visa with validity of 2 years. Schengen visa. World's largest free travel area.
2 years, sir.
Up to 2 years. World's largest free travel area, 27 member countries. Among them, 23 are European Union members. Among them, 23 are European Union members. Okay. Next location, Atacama Desert. Chile. Atacama Desert. So, somewhere here, right, Atacama Desert, or here Salar de Atacama is mentioned here, Atacama Desert. Okay. यहाँ पर है, यहाँ. Topic of Capricorn is passing. This region. This is hot desert. This is cold desert. Okay, so why Atacama was in news? Researchers have found microbes surviving 13 feet beneath this desert. Microbes surviving 13 feet beneath desert. It is located in Yungay Valley, Atacama Desert. Yungay, Yungay Valley, Chile. It is the hot driest hot desert in the world. Driest hot desert in the world.
Arica is that place, the hottest place on the earth. That is located at the camp. Only Arica.
Unge Valley,
Not
sir.
the hottest, but the driest.
Yunge Valley.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Then it is having border with Argentina, Peru and Bolivia. Having border with Argentina, Peru and Bolivia. So then next location, Galapagos Islands. Galapagos Islands here. They are volcanic in origin. There was one volcanic eruption here recently, La Cumbre volcano. La Cumbre volcano. It is a shield volcano. Okay, Galapagos Island. Then next region was in news, Darfur region. Darfur.
Africa.
Sudan.
Yes, Sudan. Already UPSC has asked question on Darfur region. Sudan, this location, Darfur. Okay, Sudan. So UN has recently warned of starvation and hunger crisis in Darfur. Darfur. Reason पता होना चाहिए आपको ना. Reason क्या है? Starvation and hunger crisis and ethnic tensions. Ethnic tensions between Arab and African communities. Ethnic tensions between Arab and African communities. Right. Now, for India, May month, India, places, yes, May month. Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary, Arunachal Pradesh. Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary, Arunachal Pradesh. Red panda was recently sighted. Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary, Arunachal Pradesh. Red panda was recently sighted. Red panda, very rare.
Coming from China.
China. There is, we can say, major habitat. Then Kaundinya Wildlife Sanctuary, Kundinya. Kaundinya Wildlife Sanctuary. So why it was in news? The Sri Lankan golden-backed frog. Sri Lankan golden-backed frog rediscovered after 200 years in India.
So please repeat. Golden back.
Sri Lankan golden-backed frog rediscovered after 200 years in India. This wildlife sanctuary is located in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. Kaundinya Wildlife Sanctuary. Then a new marine tardigrade species. New marine tardigrade. Tardigrades, you know about them? These are the
Yes, yes.
microorganisms. They can survive in extreme environments, even in space, right? Tardigrades. So new tardigrade, marine tardigrade species named Batylips chandrayani. Batylips chandrayani. After Chandrayaan 3 mission. After Chandrayaan 3 mission. Discovered from southeast coast of Tamil Nadu. Discovered from southeast coast of Tamil Nadu.
So discovered in the marine environment or?
Yes, marine tardigrade species.
Okay, sir.
Then it was in news, Sakshgam Valley. Sakshgam Valley.
North of Siachen.
Yes. In POK, Hunza Gilgit region. This region here. Northwest of Siachen. This region. It is, yes. So there was road construction by Chinese, let's say government there. So India has protested that. It is at present occupied by Pakistan. Hunza Gilgit region.
So
Then,
but it was ceded to Pakistan by, I mean, it was given by Pakistan to China, so it was under the control of.
no, I guess it is part of Pakistan or Pakistan occupied Kashmir, we can say, POK. But yes, China is constructing road there as a part of that BRI.
पाकिस्तान दिया है चाइना को बनाने के लिए।
Yeah.
Pakistan may have given that project. Okay, part of BRI. Yes. Then next is Pulikat Lake was in news. Pulikat Lake. Yes, Pulikat Lake. 95%, 90% area in Andhra Pradesh, remaining in Tamil Nadu. Pulikat Lake, Satish Dhawan launch center is there. Sriharikota. So Andhra Pradesh government plans to denotify some area of this bird sanctuary there. Denotify area of bird sanctuary. That's why it was in news. Pulikat Lake.
So notify or denotify?
Denotify.
Okay.
Then next is Kalesar Wildlife Sanctuary, Haryana. Kalesar. Wildlife Sanctuary, Haryana. Recently, Supreme Court has halted construction of 4 dams. Supreme Court has halted the construction of 4 dams in this wildlife sanctuary. Located at Shivalik foothills. Yamuna River flows to the east of this wildlife sanctuary. Yamuna River flows to the east of this wildlife sanctuary.
Not through it.
East.
Okay.
Then, of course, Mulla Periyar Dam was in news. Mulla Periyar Dam. Tamil Nadu accuses Kerala of obstructing the dam work. 126 years old. Idukki district of Kerala. Idukki district of Kerala at the confluence of Mullayar and Periyar rivers. Owned and maintained by Tamil Nadu. Owned and maintained by Tamil Nadu. The waters from this dam are diverted into Tamil Nadu in Vaigai river basin. Theni district and those areas. Vaigai river basin.
Earthen dam.
Okay, then Shinkula tunnel. Shinkula. Shinkula tunnel at the border between Himachal and Ladakh. Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. BRO is going to start the work, Border Road Organization. That's why it was in news. Once completed, it will be world's highest tunnel. Once completed, it will be world's highest tunnel, Shinkula. And it will provide all-weather connectivity from Manali to Leh. It will provide all-weather connectivity from Manali to Leh. Manali to Leh. Then next is Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, MP. Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, MP. Somewhere here. Border with Rajasthan. Border with Rajasthan. Extension of that Kuno National Park. So it is going to be the second home for cheetah after Kuno National Park. Second home for cheetah, Asiatic cheetah after Kuno National Park. It has border. Sorry?
It's both Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh also, Gandhi Sagar.
No, it is in Madhya Pradesh only.
Yes, sir.
Only Madhya Pradesh.
हाँ, मध्य प्रदेश. गांधी सागर वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी.
सर अफ्रीकन चीता को जब हम इंपोर्ट करके इंडिया लाते हैं उसको एशियाटिक बोलेंगे अफ्रीकन बोलेंगे.
देखो अभी वो अफ्रीकन ही हो गया जेनेटिकली. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द स्पीसीज एस्पेक्ट, सो इट विल बी अफ्रीकन ओनली. ओके, एंड तो भी अफ्रीकन ही रहेगा. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि एशियाटिक चीता इज देयर. सम पॉपुलेशन इज देयर इन ईरान ओनली. हाँ, अदरवाइज नहीं है. तो इट इज गोइंग टू बी अफ्रीकन ओनली. बट उसको भी हम इंडियन नाम दे देंगे. ठीक है, इंडियन बोल देंगे हम. जैसे अमेरिका अभी सब चीज़ को अमेरिका बोलने वाला है. मैक्सिको को भी अमेरिका कर देगा, कनाडा को भी अमेरिका कर देगा. ठीक है, 51 and 52nd स्टेट. राइट. सो न्यू होम फॉर चीता. सो बॉर्डर विथ राजस्थान. फाइन. नाउ जून मंथ. Okay, June month world mapping places in news.
World.
Yes, world. Kaza region in Africa. Kaza region.
Gaza.
हाँ, Kaza. Kaza. Capital. Kaza. Kavango Zambezi. Kavango Zambezi. Kavango Zambezi. Kaza. It is a wetland in 5 southern African nations. Spreading in 5 southern African nations. Which are these nations? Angola, Botswana, Namibia. Angola, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe. So why it was in news? First Kaza Transfrontier Conservation. First Kaza Transfrontier Conservation Area Summit was held at Livingstone. You can see here Livingstone location. Livingstone, Zambia. In Zambia. Livingstone in Zambia. So that's why it was in news. Then Alaska.
What summit was it? Transfrontier.
Kaza Trans-Frontier Conservation Area Summit. It is basically a kind of, we can say, trans-frontier. No, it is located in different countries together. So that's why. Alaska.
For people or animals, sir?
Sorry?
Is it for people or animals?
It is wetland, no, wetland conservation.
Okay.
Wetland. Huh. Alaska. So why it was in news? The rivers in Alaska are changing their color. Rivers in Alaska are changing their color to rusty orange. To rusty orange. Because of toxic metals. Because of toxic metals released from thawing of permafrost. Thawing of permafrost. Okay. Then again, Senkaku Islands was in news. कहाँ चला गया? Ryukyu Islands. They are called Ryukyu Islands. ठीक है. As well as we can say Senkaku Islands. These islands. So there is dispute between Japan and China. Okay, they are located in East China Sea. Dispute between Japan and China, and it is located in East China Sea. Already UPSC has asked question on this. ये होता रहता है न्यूज में, चलता रहता है. Now, very important one. Look at this location. What is that? Strait. There is one strait there. Strait of Hormuz. So there are some islands located there controlled by Iran. Name of those islands was in news. Abu Musa. Abu Musa. Second, Greater Tomb. TUNB. And third is Lesser Tomb. TUNB. Okay. Abu Musa, MUSA. Abu Musa. These are the islands there. So these are controlled and owned by Iran, but they are also claimed by UAE. Recently, China had said something about these islands, about sovereignty of Iran. So that's why it was in news.
ईरान समन किया था चाइना,
हाँ.
यूएई के साथ प्रोजेक्ट बना रहा है इसीलिए.
हाँ, वो समन करने के कुछ तो हुआ था, ठीक है, वो इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. So they are held by Iran, claimed by UAE, and they lie close to Strait of Hormuz. Next, one.
बंदरी आवास पोर्ट भी है ना ईरान का, वहीं
कौन सा?
बंदरी आवास.
बंदर अब्बास. हाँ, बंदर अब्बास. हाँ, वो तो है, ईरान का पोर्ट है ही वहां पर नजदीक में. बंदर अब्बास पोर्ट. देन माउंट कनलाओ. KANLAON. LOAN.
Central
Yes, Philippines. Volcanic eruption, Pacific Rim of Fire, Philippines. Okay. Then this country was again in news, Cambodia. Yes, Funan, Techofinan. TECHO, Funan Canal.
China back, yes.
Chinese investment.
On Mekong River.
Yes. So it will connect Mekong River basin to Cambodian coast. Cambodian coast. Chinese investment.
Mekong Basin too.
Mekong River basin to Cambodian coast. Cambodian coast lies along this region, Gulf of Thailand. But Mekong is draining on this side in South China Sea. So it will divert through that canal. Then Nord Stream was in news. Baltic Sea, Nord Stream. This is the gas pipeline, natural gas pipeline, Baltic Sea from Russia to Germany. Okay, Baltic Sea from Russia to Germany. Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2. So there was leakage in Nord Stream, and recent studies have said that a huge amount of methane has dissolved in Baltic Sea from the leakage. Huge amount of methane has dissolved into the Baltic Sea. So it may affect the marine ecology there. Now in Africa there is Lake Natron in Tanzania. Lake Natron. छोटे छोटे लेक्स हैं वहाँ पे, हाँ, Tanzania, Lake Natron, Natron. So it was in news because of impact of climate change. The amount of water has declined. Then Bahau community, Bajau, Malaysia. Malaysia, हाँ, Bajau, बहाऊ बोलते हैं ना उसको, सी फेयरिंग कम्युनिटी, Bajau, indigenous community of this Malaysian Borneo, Sabah province. This one, this is Sabah province of Malaysia. Borneo island is divided, right? Indonesia, Malaysia. So Sabah province of Malaysia, there the indigenous community, seafaring community, Bahau. So they are being evicted because of rapid urbanization there. Because of rapid urbanization.
Malaysia almost.
Huh?
It's in Malaysia. These communities in Malaysia.
Yes, yes, from Malaysia only. Sabah province. All right. Then India, June 2024, India. Some important developments, like our Prime Minister inaugurated that Nalanda University in Rajgir, Bihar. Okay, Nalanda University in Rajgir. You can locate that quickly on Atlas. Nalanda will be the modern university now there, education center in Rajgir, Bihar. This campus is also a net zero green campus. Net zero green campus because of Lot of water bodies, solar plant, water treatment plant is being set up there.
Ventilated room.
So net zero green campus. About that Nalanda University, ancient Nalanda University there, Gupta Emperor Kumar Gupta founded Nalanda University.
Yes, sir.
Kumar Gupta. Gupta Emperor Kumar Gupta founded Nalanda University. Then Chinese traveler Huan Sang, 7th century. He stayed and studied there for 5 years. Harshavardhana period.
Yes, sir.
Huan Sang.
Chinese traveler थे सब यहाँ पे आके पढ़े।
He was also called as Moksha Deva. Moksha Deva. Huan Sang. Then this university was first destroyed in 1193 by Bakhtiyar Khilji. Destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khilji, who was general of Kutubuddin Aibak. General of Kutubuddin Aibak. Then at present, this site is included as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was included in 2016, UNESCO World Heritage Site. The next place, Kamakhya Temple, Assam. Kamakhya Temple, Assam. Ambubachi Mela started here. Famous.
Spelling?
Ambubachi, Ambubachi. It is also a Shakti Peeth and a seat of Tantric cult. Then next place is Vadhavan in Maharashtra. Vadhavan, Vadhavan, Maharashtra. A new greenfield major port will be developed here. New greenfield major port will be developed. Next location, Barda Wildlife Sanctuary, Barda. Barda Wildlife Sanctuary, Gujarat only. ठीक है. 6 Asiatic lions have migrated from Gir forest to this wildlife sanctuary. कितने साल से एक ही जगह रहेंगे ना? 6 lions have migrated from Gir forest to this sanctuary.
BRDA.
हाँ, BARDA.
अभी तो 5 वो साइट एलोकेट भी किए जाके ट्रांसफर करेंगे इस लाइन को, फिर बैक ही चलेगा
फ्यूचर में. नेक्स्ट प्लेस इज श्रीनगर सिटी.
So these you were
हाँ, it is Srinagar.
Is it there? Proceed.
No, it is not deliberate. Okay, it's not by the government. They have themselves migrated.
Okay, sir.
It's not translocation.
घूमने गए
Srinagar. It is recognized as World Craft City by World Craft Council. Pashmina shawls. So many things are there. Right. Recognized as World Craft City by World Craft Council. They will ask question on that World Craft Council also.
बहुत सारे स्टेट को दिया नहीं
Cities को. Then Mauxi village in Goa. Mauxi. Mauxi village, Goa. So several Neolithic period discoveries have been done. Neolithic period discoveries such as rock art. Next, Sharavati River was in news. Sharavati River.
Yes.
NGT has asked Karnataka government, National Green Tribunal, NGT, has asked Karnataka government to stop illegal sand mining in the bed of Sharavati River. Sharavati River. So basics we know, Sharavati River originates in Western Ghats, west flowing river, Linganamakki Dam and Reservoir, Linganamakki Dam and Reservoir, Jog Falls or Gersoppa Falls, they are located here. Jog Falls or Gersoppa Falls, west flowing river. Next location, Lipu Lake.
Right, Akshay.
Yes, Lipu Lake. So why it was in news? There is a demand to open this border trade post with China. Demand to open border trade post with China.
Trade, sir, trade.
Yes, trade. Border trade post with China. It is located at Tri Junction, India, Nepal, China. Also, it is route to Kailash Mansarovar Yatra pilgrimage. Kailash Mansarovar pilgrimage. Then next location, Holangpar Gibbon Sanctuary. Holangpar Gibbon Sanctuary. It's in Assam, right?
So I don't know. Is it not Arunachal?
Assam, I guess. It was recently in news also. अभी भी न्यूज में था ये.
Yes, sir, Assam.
Holangpar Gibbon Sanctuary was in news because of Northeast Frontier Railway planning to construct. Write down this. Northeast Frontier Railway planning to construct canopy bridges to help India's only ape species. To help India's only ape species, that is Hullock gibbon, Hoollock. Hullock.
What is camp?
Canopy bridges means basically interwoven the branches of trees. Okay, so that these arboreal species will move from one tree to other tree. They are facing problem of habitat fragmentation because of railway lines. They are dying because of that crossing railway lines. Okay, so Hullock gibbons. And recently it was in news. You can note that down also. Recently, why it was in news? Yes, natural gas exploration permit has been given to Vedanta company. Natural gas exploration has been allowed. That's why also it was in news. Alright, so these are the important locations of these 3 months. In the remaining part, we will cover that. Okay. Some questions that we can discuss. Zaporizhia.
Ukraine.
Ukraine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this Friday we have test also. Mapping.
Yes, sir.
Okay, mapping test. All right.
It's in the class or like?
No,
Yes,
no, it will be a routine test. It will be a routine test, okay?
Yes.
How many of the South American countries mentioned above completely lie above the equator?
See the map.
इक्वाडोर का बीच में भी आता है, इक्वेटर के नीचे भी आता है, बाकी वेनस नाम कोलंबिया सब इक्वेटर के ऊपर ही।
One can use the logic that which countries lie on equator. If you remember that, then you can eliminate also. So Ecuador, north of that there is Colombia, then we can say Venezuela, then Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana. Likewise. So 3, right? Only 3.
Please.
वेस्टुला फॉलो करेगा बाकी तीन।
Vistula river कहाँ है?
वेस्टुला यूरोप में अपर साइड ऑफ
Poland.
नॉर्थ को फ्लो करता है ना विस्टुला.
ये सर, लेकिन ये
पोलैंड वॉर्सो जो
ये करता है।
Yes, Dnieper, Don and Danube, they flow into Black Sea. Let's have a look at that map.
What about Vistula, sir?
Look at this, Vistula, Poland. It drains into Baltic Sea.
Okay, Baltics.
Poland.
एक लिंक है वेस्टुला ऑर्डर ईव सारा एक नाम से बैठा है ऊपर की।
हाँ.
The Don also is Don River.
Yes, Don also drains into that Kerch Sea. Strait of Kerch. It is a marginal sea of, we can say, Black Sea only.
Okay, sir.
JNPT
North to south.
JNPT 2314 नॉर्थ सबसे नीचे ही है 2314 सी।
See, sir.
See, we have learned about all 13 major ports. We have seen them on map. Still we are confused. This is what happens in that 2 hours. I'm telling you. Because they are asking one step ahead of what information that we have. One step ahead.
नॉर्थ साउथ ईस्ट वेस्ट।
Right. So, north, south, quickly we can have a look at map also. So here there is Mumbai, no? And you can see that Visakhapatnam is just south of that.
उसके बाद
ठीक है, Visakhapatnam is south of that, then Marmugao,
ये ना ब्रेक नो
then Chennai. Likewise, we should attempt that. Okay, JNPT, then we can say Visakhapatnam 2-3, then Marmugao and then Ennore. C.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
पंबना आइलैंड बना रहा है।
Pamban Island and Mannar Island, right? Pamban Island is on Indian side, Mannar Island is on Sri Lankan side.
Okay.
वेलिंगटन आइलैंड वेस्ट में वो वहीं है वैसे करके।
हाँ.
A only, no, sir.
Yes, A is the answer, yes. Now this is very unique. We had framed that last year, where one of the leader was actually doing this yatra, Rahul Gandhi. Look at the question. Pakka?
वेस्टर्न मूव को एक्सक्लूड करने बोला और ईस्टर्न तो बीच में तो 6 ही आ रहा सात का
तो ईस्टर्न मोस्ट को लेना है ना, कि नहीं लेना है?
पहुंचना है ना सर, वो बोल रहा है कि किसको क्रॉस करेंगे,
Cross the
मतलब
Country.
कितना स्टेट को क्रॉस करेंगे तो ईस्टर्न मोस्ट में
how
पहुंचेंगे।
many states does a person has to cross for reaching the easternmost?
कितने स्टेट को क्रॉस करेंगे?
36
Yes. So even without counting, you know that 8 states are there, right? So you can eliminate the westernmost and easternmost. Answer is 6.
Even the eastern
The
coast.
longer the question statement, the easier it is in prelims. It is just to, confuse you. They are framing such hypothetical things. In past, UPSC has done this. Like you are traveling in the continental or peninsular India through a train, and you come across which of the following bird species. There was once question like this. If you are traveling to the peninsular India through train, you come across which of the following bird species or something like that. They will describe the things. But again, the core aspect is the same concept, the same information that we know.
बेटवा ट्रेन है वो तो हट जाएगा नर्मदा पार के साथ हुआ है और एक और उसके साथ है
Only one.
Point 2, 3 and 4.
चित्रावती हिमावती है और महानदी गोदावरी भी
Yes, 3 and 4 is correctly matched. 3 and 4 is correctly matched, right? Yes, Mahanadi Godavari है link. And Godavari Krishna तो already हो गया.
नेत्रावती
We are going to connect all these. नेत्रावती हेमवती तो है.
ये करंट अफेयर ये सर अभी सर ये बनारस में भी होना शुरू हो गया बट ये इटू पाका जो रीजन है वहां पे सबसे ज्यादा ये
Yes, Etikoppaka region of Andhra Pradesh or that particular location, the lacquer toys are very famous. Okay,
बनारस में भी इसमें
they are made of a particular wood,
यस सर
particular let's say tree. They are very famous. Etikoppaka, Andhra Pradesh.
भाद्रा तो कर्नाटक में अपर भाद्रा कर्नाटक
Yes, so Bhadra, Tungabhadra river, headwaters Tunga and Bhadra, upper Bhadra project Karnataka.
ये थोड़ा ये लैंड आइलैंड्स ये स्वीडन और फिनलैंड के बीच में बहुत माइनर ये
Yes, they are part of Nordic countries or territory, right?
और पेरोस आइसलैंड और नॉर्वे के बीच में
Yes, they are independent territories. But Russia is not there, of course.
रशिया नहीं ओनली
Russia is not there, right? Yes,
नॉर्वे टू जर्मनी नहीं है
Russia and Germany.
yes.
रशिया टू जर्मनी
Russia and Germany.
अंडर बाल्टिक सी तो है
So 2 only is the correct answer. What about this one?
और इस्टोनिया नॉर्वे रशिया जर्मनी सब चारों
देख लो एक बार. एस्टोनिया भी है.
इस्टोनिया किस साइड इस्टोनिया
देख लो.
नॉर्वे है
Left side.
इसलिए देख लो बोल रहा हूँ ना. यही तो टाइम है जो एक बार वेरीफाई करना है.
Russia का बोल
यस.
So Norway, Russia, and
नॉर्वे नहीं है
राइट.
so what's the answer?
Yes, Norway is not there. Russia is there. Russia is there.
Russia and
Except Norway, we have all 3. Okay, all 3.
even Germany, sir.
Yes, of course, Germany is there. Germany is having border with both North Sea as well as this one, Baltic Sea. Okay. Then what about this one? Kiladi archaeological site, many times it is in news. Vaigai river basin. Vaigai river basin. It is called as contemporary of IVC, southern India.
Only three, sir.
Yes, not Manipur, right? Only three.
उज्बेकिस्तान के साथ नहीं करेगा ये, थाईलैंड के साथ नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि थाईलैंड नीचे जाएगा, उज्बेकिस्तान का जो यूके के
देख लो एक बार चाइना को मैप. See the map of China. Asia political.
See, sir.
Yes, Kazakhstan is there.
वियतनाम भी तो करता है,
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
वियतनाम करता है,
Tajik.
Yes, Vietnam is there.
वियतनाम भी करता है,
Tajikistan.
ताजिकिस्तान भी करेगा,
Yes, Tajikistan is there. Laos.
लाओस भी करेगा,
Okay.
ये नहीं ऊपर में,
Thailand नहीं है.
थाईलैंड नहीं है और उज्बेकिस्तान नहीं है,
Uzbekistan नहीं है.
उज्बेकिस्तान को तो यूके के सीट कवर करके रखा
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is the answer. Hmm? सबसे ऊपर क्या है? ओके, जुजिला, देन शिपकिला. ओके, I got the answer. 1, 3, 4, 2. 4, 2, right? Yes. B is the answer.
ये फॉर्मोसा स्टेट भी बोलते हैं इसको, और ये भी अभी तुरंत देखे हैं, साउथ चाइना सी और ईस्ट चाइना सी को कनेक्ट करता है, अभी तुरंत देखे हम ताइवान स्टेट देखे थे, तीनों वर्ड
So that's true. The Black Sea, sir. The Baltic Sea.
फॉर्मोसा स्टेट भी बोलते हैं इसको,
Yes. Yes, it is part of South China Sea and it connects South China Sea to East China Sea.
Formosa.
अभी तो बात हुई थी. And yes, it is also called as Formosa Strait or Tai Hai or Tai Sea. Okay. So all three we can say that answer. Again. Yes. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Okay. Tajikistan पूछा ही नहीं है. These three are the Central Asian countries having border with China. Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, they are on the western side. So only three. Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. Okay. Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan only. Only two. Okay.
Only one, sir.
Only one.
माना नीति
Or only two.
फिर माना नीति लिखित उत्तराखंड में है,
Niti Valley and Niti Pass is in Uttarakhand,
yes sir,
not in Himachal Pradesh.
माना नीति लिखित अंका ये सारे एक लाइन से नॉर्थ,
Important trade route between India and China. 2 only is the correct answer. Pakistan. Swat Valley is in Pakistan. Okay. Swat Valley is in Pakistan. Northern part. Northern part. Use the logic. Northwest of Papua New Guinea, it is Indonesia and Philippines and all this. So Marshall Islands to the east, right? So B is the answer.
नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है नॉर्थ कोरिया साउथ कोरिया
Durand line is Pakistan and Afghanistan.
only 3 was 20th
28th parallel is correct.
One.
38th parallel.
Yes, 38th parallel is also correct. Hindenburg,
Germany.
Germany and
जर्मनी एंड फ्रांस में
Germany and Poland. Okay, Hindenburg line is between Germany and Poland.
Not France, sir.
No, not France.
20 पैरेलल
20th parallel. Libya and Sudan. Libya and Sudan. Okay, so 3 are correctly matched here. C is the answer. Kakauka Dam.
डी यूक्रेनियन डैम दैट कोलैप्स इन द like अभी तुरंत यहाँ पर बात की
Yes, we have just looked into it. Dnieper River, Kakauka Dam, Ukrainian dam collapsed in Russian airstrikes. Khartoum is the capital of Sudan.
इडलिब सीरिया का पार्ट है
Yes, Idlib, Syria, conflict region. Sada province, Yemen.
Only one.
Sada province, Yemen. So only one is correctly matched.
France, Switzerland, Austria, United States, and Germany.
Five countries है?
Eight countries, sir.
हाँ, 8 countries.
Yes, sir.
Please verify that.
France, Switzerland, and United States, and Germany, and Austria.
Slovenia, Austria.
Slovenia, Austria, Italy, they are also mentioning that. Monaco.
सर उसका एक्सटेंशन हो गया ना
Exactly. Switzerland, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Germany, Austria, and Slovenia.
8 countries बोल तो रहे.
Crescent shape.
उसको भी कौन
मोनाको तो फ्रांस के नीचे ही आया हुआ है
Some parts are there in Italy also.
इतना स्पेसिफिक
ठीक है.
And child crescent.
When they can ask the drainage basin of Congo river, तो mountain तो पूछेगी. They will ask mountains, major mountains, no, Rockies, Andes, Alps. So factually that is incorrect. 1 and 3 we will say. 1 and 3. All right.